Today I'm making shrimp scampi focaccia sandwich and oh, this was so good. Starting off, I need 1 pound of shrimp washed and patted dry, and I'm gonna be using only half of this for my sandwich and leaving the other half for later so that I can eat the same sandwich again later because it's so good. Adding some olive oil and then some black pepper to start, and I'm cooking this halfway, and when it's halfway done, it's pink, I'm putting it in a separate bowl, leaving all the nice juices on the bottom, putting it in the bowl. Welcome back to you. White wine, I'm using Josh Chardonnay, half cup, and half cup of broth, and then 5 cloves of garlic, minced garlic. If you don't have a mincer to like to press it through, you can just chop it up real good with a knife. Let this bubble so that the water evaporates and it becomes kind of like saucier. Squeeze of a lemon juice, and see, now it's leaving this strike of the bottom of the pan. It's showing me that there's less water in it, which is good. That's what I want. Now I can slowly add my butter. I'm gonna be using 6-7 tablespoons, and I'm adding half of it at once and let this melt so it becomes silky before adding the rest of the butter here. And then we're also gonna add a small handful of parsley, about maybe like a tablespoon. I mean, that's up to taste really. If you don't like it that much, don't add a little bit less. And I also zested some lemon skin into it. And then in here, I'm adding my shrimp and let it cook for about 2-3 minutes, just so that the shrimp can soak in all those flavors. The broth I added was already salty, so I did not add salt, but make sure you add salt if your broth is not salty. For my sauce, mayo, mustard, and a little bit of sriracha. That's up to your taste. If you have like a sauce in the fridge, use that. And earlier I baked this focaccia, and I thought it was gonna be like really thin, but I'm actually really happy that it was pretty thin because it didn't really grow. So I cut it in half and I put my sauce on it. I ended up having to make more sauce because that wasn't enough. Over here I have arugula on the bottom, cucumber, and purple onion, just to give it that freshness and that crunchiness too. If you never tried shrimp with cucumbers, it is a really refreshing combination. So here I'm adding half of the shrimp that I made, and I'm gonna be cutting this sandwich in half, which is gonna serve 2 people. Oof. It came out so delicious, and the shrimp was so good. The Chardonnay gives it that, I don't know, that makes it just, it elevates the flavor. So I ended up eating the shrimp by itself, actually. It was absolutely delicious and super quick, I think. Everything took me less than 30 minutes. Delicious, filling, and I really loved that the bread was so thin. This way I got more of the filling.